Hey, fam. This is Coach T coming to you with another great announcement of what's going on recently with our economy. And I believe you guys need to know this if you have not been checking the news over the last week. Today is April 4th, and our dear old president, Donald J. Trump, does it again, does it again with this tariff war. And if you don't know what tariffs are, let me quickly explain that to you. It is really a tax. Let's think about it. It's tax. That's the area that used to be in terms of tax accounting. I'm no longer. I'm into the health and wellness space now as a speaker, author, and a coach. But I want to come to you to tell you, especially for a lot of us that are dealing with a chronic illness or some kind of disease, or we're not well, you might have high blood pressure, diabetes, you name it, whatever the situation is, this will affect you in your household. There is no denying it. We can't get around it. Donald Trump has taxed almost everybody. The ones that I know about, I want to quickly let you know that anyone that's dealing with the United States is a 10% tick up increase on imports coming here to the United States. China has 34%. European nation has 20%. South Korea has 25. Japan has 24, and Taiwan has 32. And because we know about Mexico and Canada, that they also have also been hit with these taxes, and a lot of the countries are retaliating by taxing us too, giving us tariffs also. So you want to know right now is how does this affect you in your lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, because that's what we talk about too. How does this affect us each and every day? Well, let me tell you some of the things that is going to increase. Even before I get to that, we know right now a lot of the federal workers are out of employment, which is definitely going to place a lot of people in positions where they might have to start going into their savings. And if worse, if they don't find anything, have to go into their retirement, stuff like that. And we don't want that, of course. But as a result of tariffs being hit to the United States like this, we rely a lot on other countries for food. Okay. And food is one thing that we all love to eat and all love to talk about. And a lot of us here are dealing with situations where you might be overweight, obese, but we still love food, right? Whether it's sugary, salty, nutty, soury, sweet, it doesn't matter. We all love food, right? We all love food. But how is this going to affect you when you go to the grocery store this week or next week, right? And you have a family of five, or maybe it's just a family of one of you. How does this really affect you? Well, guys, we got to be ready. Now, I said this in my first video, tariffs number one. So this is tariff number two. And I just want to run down to you that, man, Mexico, we rely almost over 60% of fruits from them and 38% of veggies. And I know in my household, we love fruits and vegetables. That is our thing. That is our thing, our thing. Yes, we get the protein, of course, from fish and tofu, and I eat turkey once in a while. But this is really going to affect a lot of people. Okay. In addition to food, before I really get into deep with that, I want to give you a couple of, it's probably like five or six, I don't even know how many of items that are going to be affected just in general. Okay. So we're talking about fruits and vegetables, which is produce. That's one. Cars. Anybody buying a new car? Well, maybe you want to hold up before you do that because that's going to be costing a lot more. Probably another 9,200 I read per car. Okay. Gasoline prices are going to go up. So if you're traveling somewhere outside your state, that is something really to consider, right? How far are you going to go and how long you're going to stay out with regard to gasoline? A big thing, especially for folks like myself, medication. Pharmacies, those prices will be get hit with. And I'm going to give you a thought process with regard to your medications. This is what I do. It's just a recommendation. I can't tell you, you got to talk to your physician. But I get a 90-day supply. So whatever price I have it at least is good for 90 days. Saves me money. That's the way I think. Also, clothing, because a lot of clothing comes from overseas, right? China, Japan, Taiwan, those places like I think it's Temu, and I can't think of some other names that people shop at, but these places, everything with the tariff. Let me bring this down to you. This is a tax. And what's going to happen is, as these numbers go up, they're going to pass it on to you, the consumer. Believe me, the manufacturer is not going to lose their profit money. Okay, I'm just letting you know that they're not going to lose their profit money. They might definitely let go some people, but they will definitely make sure they keep their profits. And how they do that, they're going to put it on the back of the consumer. So when you're going shopping for clothes, when you're going shopping for gasoline, when you're going shopping for produce, you know, all of these prices are going to be higher. So let's take, for example, let me give you an example of something like that, right? So you go to the grocery store and you want to get tomatoes, because tomatoes is a big product from Mexico and a lot of people love tomatoes. Personally, I don't eat them, right? Like that. And I'm no longer a ketchup person, but I will have pizza. Okay. And not too often. But I'm telling you, say tomatoes, I'm just making a number, guys. Say tomatoes are 98 cents a pound right now. And then when it increases because of the tariffs, you probably paying $1.15 or more for that same tomato per pound. So that's how that usually works. Like I said, the manufacturer probably will not absorb the cost of the tariff or the tax, and they'll put it onto you, the consumer. Okay, so also beside clothing, there's repairs in your car, because car prices are going to go up. The parts in the car will go up too, right? That's items that they use. Electronics will go up. If you want to get a new iPhone, a new Samsung phone, or you're looking to get a new appliance in your house, like a washing machine or a dryer or a refrigerator, all that stuff is going to go up, child. And let me tell you, when things go up, ooh, child, I'll tell you, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But I'll tell you one thing I do know. I know Jesus Christ as my Savior will provide. We at this time have to take time and steward our monies and steward our mindset with regard to this. Don't run chaotically about what's happening, but really think about, how am I now going to budget and really learn how to sustain myself and my family going forward? Because this is not going away. Okay. Apparently, he's very adamant about this, that this is going to bring the country back. I am not a politician. I am not an economist by no means. But I'm telling you right now, we have to be ready. Prepare now. Don't take this for granted. Start really finding ways in your household to budget stuff a little bit more differently, save more money. And I have some ideas to kind of help you out with that. But before I get to that, I want to just share with you, like I said, some things with regard to products, especially from Mexico and Canada, that we rely on. Okay. So from Mexico, we get bananas, the Hass avocados, which my husband loves, grapes, tomatoes. I told you about bell peppers, cucumbers. I love me some cucumbers, cauliflower and broccoli, onions, spinach, and lettuce. So those are some really great vegetables, right? And I think asparagus too. Those are some really great vegetables. So we can do one or two things. We can alternate and find new uh, alternatives or substitution for those fruits and vegetables, or you can go and create a garden. Okay. Now, maybe you won't have a banana tree or avocado tree or grapes, but we can certainly plant seeds for tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, cauliflower, broccoli, onions, spinach, and lettuce. Why not? Create your own garden. And it doesn't matter if you have a backyard or you're in an apartment. You just create a bed of soil and seeds in your apartment. And also you can do that for your backyard. So really start taking the opportunity and living off the land. That sounds what it sounds like for me with regard to our fruits and vegetables. Um, and I'm going to say too that in Canada, I believe we get potatoes and mushrooms. Oh, I love me some mushrooms. Oh gosh. So potatoes might take a lot of land to do. I saw that commercial with the Lays. But mushrooms, I don't know either. So we're going to have to find alternatives in terms of getting the same nutrients you need out of those vegetables if you cannot grow them right away, or you can do a barter system with somebody else. If they have the farmland, you can barter with them what you have, right? That's an idea. Um, Also, since these prices are going up, it also gives you the opportunity of trying new vegetables and fruits that you never tried before. Okay. And the third thing with this is we can go to supplements. Supplements will also give you the vitamins that you are missing from certain fruits and vegetables that maybe we aren't able to get readily. Okay. So that's what I thought about. Next thing for this, with all of this going on, is to really focus on our home, keep our house in order, right? So I thought about we can stock up on certain things, non-perishable things, just to have around, um, and also find ways to save money. This might be the time, and I'm going to be open and honest about this. I'm totally transparent. Yes, we go to the big grocery stores. In our section of town, we have like the ShopRites and Stop and Shops, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods. I know that's not everywhere in the United States. Some people have Food Lines, Winn Dixie, Publix and stuff like that. But you can also go to what's called a dollar store and buy some groceries. You can go to Walgreens and buy some groceries. It might be a little bit less or it might be a little bit more. But find ways now, guys. This is serious business. We're going to have to find ways to really fall in line in reference to how we can continue to have nutrition in our bodies, to keep ourselves healthy in terms of exercising, and still save money at the same time because the cost of living is going to go up. Your paycheck is probably not going up, right? But if you're a business owner, you probably find other ways to secure revenue in that sense. But the whole idea is that, food is essential for all of us to eat. And for many people, medication right now is essential for them to have. And those are two areas out of the gas, lean, and the cars and the clothing and the repairs in your car. Um, and of course the home goods that you would buy in terms of refrigerators. Some of those things we don't buy all the time. Clothes, you can, recycle them, wash them, and do it again. But food and medications are key, especially living in a lifestyle that you're looking to get healthier. And they put almost this high price tag on your life with regard to that. So I just want to encourage you today to take some time to really look at your budget, look at different options that you have that you can do. Like I said, create a garden. Another thing you can do is start fasting. I know fasting and having a consecrated life is part of what Jesus Christ talks about. And if you are a Christian or you're looking to become a Christian, um, take Jesus Christ as your Savior and Lord, and live that lifestyle. Of course, you know that's one way of doing it is turning down your plate once or twice a day and just eating once. That also can save you money and also can save on the fruits and vegetables that are no longer as plentiful as you would like them to be. So, with this announcement to you, I encourage you to really think about what you're going to do and take action. Don't sit there and let this kind of fall by the wayside because you will get hit with your grocery bill a lot more money this year. And I believe I read some different reports saying anywhere from like I think $1,300 to $2,000 more in a grocery bill. Like, it's also depending on how many people you have in your family. So let's get serious, guys. Let's you know um, really look into the word and get closer to God and deeper in his word in terms of having that relationship with him and ask him, what do I need to do for my family now that this is occurring? And he will give you an answer. Okay. If we're quiet enough to listen and not get all bogged out about all the stuff that's going around and get chaotic about it, he will let you know exactly how to handle your household and how to get through this because he's not going to forsake anyone. As long as you believe, he is not going to forsake you. Okay. And even if you don't believe, he won't forsake you either. Now that I thought about that, because there was times in my life when I was really following Jesus. So, and he still kept me through. So think about it. I know groceries and gas are going to skyrocket, but we got this. Talk to the Lord. You know, Christ is the strength. It's in Philippians 4:13. You really can't do anything without His strength, and just ask for His strength during this time because the economy will be a lot different, and we have to be ready for it. Let's face the facts. It's happening now, right now. Groceries, gas, medications, clothing, repairs, produce, cars, all of that stuff, iPhones, all of that stuff will increase. And it's going to be tribulation. It's going to be difficult, but you can get through this. I just want to encourage you, you can get through this. So, have any questions with regard to what I talked about today? Reach out to me, subscribe to my channel. I would love that you do that. And wait to see you on the next one, which is Tuesday. All right. So take care, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay. Hope this helps.